welcome on 360 Sports on Trust TV. I am Adini Ajishafe. It's time to talk sports again. We just have to look at the activities that is happening in the world of sport. Talking about basketball. Nigerian Basketball Federation Election Congress will be coming up by January 30, where FIBA, Federation of International Basketball Association, are saying we just have to conduct that election and let's have the people that be running the affairs of Nigerian basketball. Well, for a while now, it has been one issue or the other, talking about the leadership tussle that has engulfed that particular federation so far. Now, hopefully, that election will come to pass. Joining me in the studio is Sonny Kanto, a sports analyst who is here to talk about all these activities we'll be taking on this particular edition of the show. Good to have you in the studio.
Yeah, good to have me. I'm privileged. I thank you so much once more.
Okay, now, I just mentioned the issue of the NBBF, Nigerian Basketball Federation. That particular federation seems to be the most talked about right now in Nigeria because of the issue of Nigeria D-Tigress, Nigeria D-Tigers, the male and female team, and also the election issue, the money allowance, bonus, a lot of issues concerning Nigerian Basketball Federation. But finally, FIBA has actually at least informed Nigeria Federal Ministry of Youth and Sport that election must hold January 30. And as it is right now, how do you foresee this election holding?
I feel, come to look of it, every challenge has a solution. Every uprising matters must come to an end at a particular point. For a whole lot of Nigerians who make a living out of this basketball, either as a coach, either as a referee, either as a statistician or what have you, have been held aside. You know, even the players, they've been sitting on the fence for too long. I feel the way I understand the game of basketball, it should be concurrent, it should be continuous, it should be frequent from grassroots to national levels. And now that you're having so many leadership tussle, it gives so much concern. But I feel now that FIBA has come as the mother body to take the bull by the horn, I think that's the way forward. It has to come to stay. The election has to come. They have to have issues resolved amicably. You know, the other day, the ministry inaugurated the reconciliatory committee, and I'm sure before the 30th, the reconciliatory committee will be able to have given some reports in respect to what their findings are and their investigation, so that they can sort things out amicably before January 2022, 30th date that was fixed for elections by FIBA. So it's a way forward for them.
Okay, now looking at the way it is right now, I'm sure a lot of people will be waiting. Who are the people that will be coming out to contest this election? Although we can't mention names now, but as it is right now, the two factions that really drag this tussle, a lot of people are saying that, okay, is it not better to just throw in the towel and then let someone else, maybe if the two of them should drop, and then someone else should take over, maybe the fight will actually at least calm down. How do you see it?
I think it's a welcoming idea because if you look at the whole scenario, overall, even in sports, it's not just basketball that has been embattled. You know, there were cases in some other sport like athletics, in football, year in, year out, day in, day out. But talking about basketball challenges now, this lingering issue has to be amicably resolved because it's touching, it's disheartening, if you ask me, because having played the game, having understand the game, having reported the game, I know a lot of lives depend on that game when it comes to achieving their dreams, either as players, as referees, as coaches, as sporting administrator. So for both parties, throwing in the towel, I mean, it will be a welcoming development. It will be a way forward because if you look at these things, power tussle is not going to lead them anywhere either. And for them to resolve things amicably is just the way forward for the game to grow. Let's look at the future unborn. I mean, the kids unborn. I mean, who are looking forward to become professionals, not just in the NBA now, not just in the Europe League, who want to play in the D Tiger or D Tigress? How do they come from the grassroots level and advance to that peak or climax of their career that they dream to, if there are lingering issues here and there? So I think for neutral individuals to show interest is going to be a welcoming idea.
Okay, now it's better, at least from your own view too, you are supporting the idea that a neutral person
yes,
should,
it's better.
People rather should
yes,
come on board.
Individuals should show commitment towards the growth and the promotional efforts of this game, thereby coming in and show interest and occupy the administrative positions. You have so many positions, not just the president and the vice president. You have board members from different geopolitical zones, and I think that's the only way out.
At least let neutral people come in so that this faction, this fight
to subside, because it has been lingering. And issues that is more than a year, that is more than 2 years, that is more than 3 years. It has affected the ordinary man. We are looking at the future of this game called basketball, not just an individual. And let's not forget, national teams are not meant for individual. It's not a family affair. It can never be. And it's not a religion affair either. It's a national opportunity for anyone to come in, just like the public offices, to compete in terms of balloting, in terms of electoral process, and have the mandates from the masses to serve. So it shouldn't be customized. It shouldn't be privatized. I mean, it shouldn't be taken over by a group of persons. It should not be hijacked. So it will be better
if a neutral person should come.
Neutral people coming and the masses casting their vote for them, and they step into the leadership, and there will be a progress.
Hopefully we can see progress in basketball by the time the election comes up, January 30, 2022. The way it is right now, a lot of controversies from that particular board. We just hope that everything will go well concerning basketball in Nigeria. It has really been engulfed with crisis, and people are looking at with the two factions just shift their sword and let neutral contestants comes up in this particular election that will be coming. Well, we wait to see what's going to happen concerning basketball in Nigeria. The Tigers just did well, qualifying for the second round of the FIBA World Cup qualifier over there in Benguela, Angola. Now from there, let's go straight to the round leader game, football. We talk about CAF Confederations Cup matches that was played over the weekend. Now we have two Nigerian teams. Rivers United, they play against Al Masry of Egypt in Aba, where they were able to win 2-1 in the first leg. And now, as it is right now, Coach Stanley Eguma is saying they will put up against the second leg, as they will be facing Egypt. They will do everything possible to win, even though it was a slim margin. But our focus point this edition is the fact that we are looking at Eyimba International. Eyimba International traveled. They are supposed to play against Al Ittihad in Tunisia, but they could not make it to Tunisia due to COVID-19 restrictions. And that particular issue has made CAF to postpone the match between Eyimba and Al Ittihad for now. As it is right now, it means the match between Eyimba and Al Ittihad will be played later. It wasn't played over the weekend due to COVID-19 restrictions. According to Eyimba, they were not told that they are going to be restricted when they get to Morocco for them to transit to Tunisia. And now, Tunisia authorities are saying, yes, we demand for COVID-19, this and that, normal protocols. And because of that, they couldn't make it to... In fact, a lot of Nigerians were concerned because when Al Ittihad was having their press conference, that is pre-match conference, they were thinking maybe they will give them a walkover for the way it was going, but it never happened. I love the fact that CAF was able to show consideration and decided to postpone that particular match. Maybe this time around it could be to a different venue automatically.
I feel that's not an excuse if you ask me. Categorically, I want to tell you I'm aware of COVID-19 restriction in the world. So every professional should be aware. He or she should be aware of COVID-19 restrictions. How come a bigger club, Elephants Club, right? They are known in Africa. They are known in Nigeria. How come they will not be aware of the restriction? They have to put their how do I put it now? Possibly internal differences aside and work together as a team. Every team should behave like a professional. I'm not being biased. I'm not being sentimental. I wouldn't want to be. Because in Nigeria, we should be taking sport as a business, just like the way the North African countries usually take sport very closely and dearly to them. Yeah, it seems we give much time to entertainment and politics, and we see sport as a weekend affair or occasional affair or vacational programs. No, sport is a business, is a profession where people earn a living. So it should be treated as one. If they know they are in the Confederation Cup, as you rightly said, they are going for a tournament outside the shores of Nigeria, they are supposed to make their medical requirements available.
About this country they are going to.
Of course. It's not an excuse. They need to just get it right so that at the end of the day, it won't count against them.
Okay, we just hope that everything will be sorted out for Enyimba International to finally face Al Ittihad. That particular match must hold. As I said earlier, that Rivers United, they defeated Al Masry by 2-1, a good one. At least they have a fair share of the first leg. Hopefully, they will be able to run it off when they go to Egypt to play against Al Masry. According to Coach Stanley Eguma, he will do everything possible between himself and his lads to make sure they win that particular encounter. But a lot of Nigerians are looking at the North African teams always have an edge when it comes to play in their country. They do never ever give up. So that 2-1 is a slim margin, and Rivers United will do a very big Herculean task for them to scale through. Well, we wait to see what's going to happen in other matches in the CAF Confederation Cup. Away from there, we talk about the big one that is happening today. Across the whole world, we have different views concerning this award, Ballon d'Or. Ballon d'Or award was not conducted last year due to COVID-19. And right now, the man that will have gotten the award will be Lewandowski. But right now, he's still there, being nominated and among the top 3 that will be vying for this position tonight over there in Paris, France. Ballon d'Or is a yearly award given to the best players according to the organizer of the award, voted for by captains of all the journalists that will be voting concerning that award. Lionel Messi from Argentina, and then Barcelona, now PSG. You have Jorginho, a player of Chelsea, who is also there, and also from Italy. He'll be part of the 3. And you have Lewandowski, who has done really well for himself when it comes to playing for Bayern Munich. He has done well, and you just cannot take away the numbers he amassed in the last season, talking about the league. But some people are looking at, Lionel Messi was able to win the Copa America, finally. Was that the yardstick, rather, that they made to say, okay, he's going to win or not? Because there was a time a leak came out that he has already been declared the winner. Later, another set of leak came out that is Lewandowski. People are now wondering, is it the organizer that are leaking this to distract people from predicting the winner? Because Ballon d'Or is almost getting so predictable these days.
I don't think that would be a yardstick, because talking about football, there are personal records. There are historical moments. You know, the likes of Pele had some, the likes of Maradona had some, before you get down to Zidane level, and the likes of Messi and Ronaldo in this era. Now, talking about what he has gotten, Lionel Messi, I don't have anything against him personally, but I feel that's like an historical moment for him, and also a personal moment for the Argentine or the Argentina teammates. You see, he has done so well for himself in the past, but everything does not revolve around an individual player. Let's not forget the fact that Okocha was in the peak of his career in his days, and he ended up not even getting the Africa Footballer of the Year.
Yeah, he got the BBC. He got the BBC Africa Footballer.
Yes, getting the BBC was quite an achievement, but people felt
he deserved
Africa Footballer of the Year, because people were calling that, give it to this guy. This guy, JJ Okocha, deserves it. You go to almost every continent then. Are you from Africa? Are you from Nigeria? Where is Okocha? That's what they will ask you. And I, for one, I felt a bit not too excited about the whole thing. But you see, Messi can possibly win. Possibly, that's the word, if I will use it. Possibly, but still, Lewandowski stand a better chance. Not just being a German, not just being the father, he has been outstanding.
Polish.
Yes, prolific player, of course, but he has not tasted this thing. Award is not meant for an individual alone. It's not meant for a team alone. It cannot be a single affair for a particular team or a particular individual. So I feel there is more chances for Lewandowski to stand a chance this time around, because what if Messi retired tomorrow? Is it that the time that you will not be giving it to him? Recently, Ronaldo has set a target and he's almost getting it, remaining a goal to make it 800 goal in his career. And I have not seen any player who has scored such goal in recent years. That does not mean he's the best player, quote and unquote, because there are other statistics that you can look into to classify or judge a best player of a particular country or a continent or overall. So in overall, or in a nutshell, I think Lewandowski has given a lot to pick the Ballon d'Or.
Okay, now let's look at it in this way. If it's about club side, Lewandowski scored about 55 goals, you understand, in last season, while Messi scored about 38. And then for the first time, he was able to leave the Copa America, that so-called trophy he has been at least looking up to. He was able to win with his team, that is Argentina.
Yes.
And you look at Lewandowski with Poland, you cannot say much about Poland when it comes to football,
yes,
talking about Lewandowski. But when it comes to club football, you just have to give it up to that man. He has done so well, lethal striker. I'm talking about Lewandowski now.
Of course.
For you to score 55 goals in 62 or 60-something matches is
outstanding performance.
Outstanding.
Of course.
And you look at Jorginho, the guy too has done well because he was able to win championship with Chelsea and he also with Italy, talking about the Euro. At least he was able to achieve two things. So judging the three of them by the yardstick of this achievement, someone was able to win the Champions League with his club and also the European League, talking about Italy. Someone won Copa America with Argentina, scored 38 goals for Barcelona. Someone scored 55 goals for Bayern Munich. And for Poland, it may not be able to, because you cannot compare the strength of Poland and Argentina when it comes to ratings. So,
absolutely,
with my analysis now, who do you think?
Of course,
on your side.
Of course. I'm not just tipping Lewandowski on a personal ground.
Yes.
We are not talking about the previous season alone. We are not talking about just
if you add,
last year.
Yeah.
Now, talking about the random overview, Jorginho is just stepping into the podium. If you ask me, he has been a bit of success lately, just like the Lukaku and the likes.
N'Golo
Kante, yes. That's why people were wondering, N'Golo Kante has given everything he has in football.
To be there.
Now look at what Salah has done for himself in the club side, in the Egypt side. Mohamed Salah, he has been very fantastic.
And consistent.
Look at what Mane has done for himself. You see, when it comes to record, people forget the fact that records are built on personal ground and on continental level. The continental achievement now for the Argentines is better than one Copa America in the era of Messi. Now, for Jorginho, he's just stepping into the podium. He has not tasted much of Champions League. If you had to quote 10 players, outstanding 10 players now in Champions League, you might not find him among. I'm not saying he's not good, he is. But look at the fact that he has gotten Champions League victory. Now, he's trying to pull other string for his countryside. And also, when it comes to country football, he's not even the best yet in Italy yet. He's on the podium, or let's say he's on the refined process. But for some people, They have given all they have in the club side. Like you rightly said, Poland might not stand a chance.
Against
If
Argentina.
we had to use their yardstick, Poland, Lewandowski in person might not even come into the
Close.
limelight. But on an individual level, look at what Abramovich has done for himself. He is a Swedish. From the countryside, he has paid his dues. And as an individual, from the club side, he's doing fantastic work. He might be aging, but people need him on their side. Just like Peter Crouch. He wasn't doing too well on the countryside because the country himself was not too fully stable in football recording. Now he has a personal record, which is very fantastic. You can't forget the fact that Steven Gerrard had a fantastic run in his era with Liverpool, and in between, not too fully balanced with his countryside, England. It doesn't make him a bad player. So if you look at some yardstick, if you look at some angles, you might just want to feel, won't he be too bored? No sentiment attached.
Yeah, seriously, it's becoming
no
monotonous.
sentiment. Yes, no sentiment. Like you rightly said,
Monotonous.
yes, people are predicting this thing, and it shouldn't be easily
that.
predicted, because that's why it's called football. That's why it's a global sport. One of the global sports is not just football. Other global sports, you can't just pick one individual year in, year out and give them award. You can't just pick a single team and give them all the award. Not just because they merit it, to balance it a little bit. Not just for the fact that you're shying away to be sentimental or you're trying to stay professional. You're not trying to be unprofessional. No, there are levels you balance. Nigerians wish Okocha got it in his days as Africa Footballer of the Year, to crown it all in his career. Now that's what the Argentine wish for Messi. He has gotten it for them in Copa del Rey. So I believe, to balance it,
Lewandowski deserves it. Well, we wait till the time when this particular award will be announced tonight. Let's see who wins. Is it Lewandowski or Lionel Messi? And even Jorginho. Well, it's still open. Well, whoever wins, congrats to that particular player. Now let's talk about another Nigerian who has done well for himself when it comes to playing as a defender. His name is Tebo Franklin. Tebo Franklin, like a joke, now has permanently signed a deal with Harkins of Sweden. He moved there on a 6-month loan from Nasarawa United. And now he is a player, full-time player. After impressing the management of that club over there in Sweden, it has been confirmed that Nigerian solid defender, Tebo Franklin, who was scouted during Tiki-Taka scouting event here in Abuja, moved to Nasarawa United. They are now loaned out to Harkin. Harkin right now is saying, we are going to get this player fully, and it has been signed permanently. That shows our commitment from this player. Yes, it was one of those players that was called to Super Eagles. They play for the home base Eagles, and right now it's being celebrated. Hopefully, very soon, we're going to see Tebo Franklin making his way to the Super Eagles. He's a fine defender who knows his onions when it comes to defending, and it really is doing well for him to have gone there for 6 months loan, and now the club decided that we're going to make it permanent, and it has been done.
I think it's something Nigerians should be celebrating. Sometimes we forget the fact that we are so talented, and we look at our skin and we say, oh, we are just black. We are average people in the world. And we are not average, if you agree with me. Because in terms of academics, in terms of innovations, in terms of sporting world, we have excelled randomly, not just in football now.
Any other sport.
Including basketball. The other day I was so excited. I was almost getting a bit attached to that family, because there is somebody they are announcing as a Nigerian England born. He is being given or nominated, given a nomination as best rugby player in the world. For me, that's a milestone. Let's not forget the fact that Aruna Kodri in tennis has done us proud. We can't count numbers of athletes that have done us proud, even in the NBA, in the WNBA, when it comes to basketball, who have not even come home
to Nigeria
as frequent as they should to give back to the society. So in terms of talent, we are super talented. I think Etebo Francis deserves it, and he should be given more boost of morale and encouragement.
Good one there. Now let's look at the lacks on the sleep now. Talking about a particular player, Luka Modric. He has done it for himself too, winning the Ballon d'Or. Fantastic player. He has actually said that he will be open to moving to Manchester City as a free agent when his deal with Real Madrid expires. Luka Modric, a player that has done well for himself when it comes to Croatia and also for Real Madrid. Now he says that by the end of his contract with Real, if Man City comes knocking, he wouldn't mind to move as a free agent quickly.
That would be very, very, very exciting. That would be very welcoming for EPL, because he is a fantastic player. He's a good midfielder. He knows how to distribute the ball at the right time. He knows how to do a whole lot of put a whole lot of attention when it comes to controlling the ball, and that's what EPL needs. EPL has gotten so much followership that sometimes people forget the fact that other sports exist, if you ask me.
The flair and everything.
Yes. Now, EPL is making football look as if it's the only sport in the world.
As if it's only in England.
That they are playing football. Come to think of it. And now for someone like Luka Modric that's paid his dues, that's given his best. Before now, I think he needs more of such platform. Man City is a big team. He needs to come, he needs to do what he has to do, and he needs to make the team more exciting.
Okay, now that should be the last straw we're taking on this show because of our time. Let's talk about sport now. That subsequent edition. It's been a good one having you in the studio, Sonny Canto.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure.
Good one there. We wish the best player in the world to win this award, or the best. Congratulations in advance to whoever wins the award. I am Adeni Ajishafe Sport. It's business.
Celebration!